Hey, greetings YouTube, performance reviews where I give you the review from the technician's point of view. And today we're going to talk about a Dyson tool. We're going to talk about the forgotten Dyson tool particularly, which is their low profile tool. Now, if you're looking at this, it should look very familiar, especially when we turn it upside down. But this, if you've been watching the channel, looks very much like a knockoff of a VisaWork tool. And for all intents and purposes, it is. Which really shouldn't surprise you. Dyson has actually contracted VisaWork in the past to build some of their products in the early years. Though this was definitely built by Dyson. You can just tell by the way the plastic feels and looks. There are a whole bunch of new old stock of these things floating around. And the tragedy is that they won't fit on newer Dysons without an adapter. Actually, you probably need two adapters. You're gonna have to go get one of these, and then you're going to have to get an additional adapter, and I'll put a link below to that to make this work. So if you are using this on a Dyson, it might be a little convoluted depending on the type of Dyson you have. If you have a canister or an upright plug-in Dyson, it will be easier to adapt this than it will a cordless machine. They do make one of these specifically for the new style cordless machines. It doesn't require any adapters. I have a video on that as well. But let's talk about this. And in the context, we're going to be using this with my central vacuum, but you could use this really with any canister vacuum. This has a wonderful articulation on here, as you can see, so it maintains contact with the floor no matter what angle you're at, and really no matter what angle it's at. The wheels move independently, not very much, but they move independently, and they're big and they're rubber coated, so they're not going to scratch your floor. And then for this to lay flat, you turn it on its side like any traditional floor tool. Now, things get a little bit interesting when we start talking about the edge of this. Because this was originally developed for a very weak Dyson, the DC-18 at the time, you could shut the sides of this so that the side cleaning didn't work to make it work on that Dyson. Or you could just have one side open, which I thought was a peculiar idea. It's unnecessary. Now, in practical use, I bump these things all the time when I'm vacuuming, and they open and close basically depending on when I catch it on something. I try to leave them open so that the edge cleaning is there, because when they are open, the edge cleaning on this is fantastic. Now, you do have one synthetic bristle in the rear, and that's really just to focus the suction. You have some lint pickers here with lint, and then for some reason you have a split channel here. And that does become a little bit of a problem. I have had a little bit of hair build up here occasionally. It's nothing you can't just pull out quickly or touch it with the end of the vacuum and it comes off. But it's just something to be aware of. And then you have some soft wheels there. And this is something that I've had for about a year, and I've just been using it on and off. And I've been meaning to do a video about it, and I've just forgotten, so I'm sorry that we're just now getting to it, but I've thoroughly tested it. It's really, really good. And you know me, I'm not much for a Dyson. If you're new to the channel, I'm not a fan of Dysons. Go check out my vacuum cleaner tier list. They're definitely a windmill tier vacuum brand, but this tool is good, and that's surprising. So let's put it through its paces, and I'll show you how it works on hard floor and on an area rug. Maneuverability on this thing is really, really good. The swivel neck's at the right angle. I have to say this is a strange surprise from Dyson. They really got it right. It's too bad this is kind of forgotten. Just like the name implies, it really does get low under things very well. This is perhaps one of the lowest floor tools that's ever been put on the market. All right, let's do a series of pickup tests with this machine. We're going to do the usual pickup tests, except we're going to do larger quantities of each item. The first up is pet hair. You're going to notice this is going to sound a little differently. I have the studio mic connected, so you're going to hear the real sound of this floor tool sucking. Now we're going to do that same test on carpet that we've done with every floor tool and every vacuum here on Performance Reviews. Again, we are using a studio mic, so you're going to hear the real sound of the machine. Keep in mind we have fresh pet hair, breakfast cereal, flour, and cat litter. So this nozzle is not designed to clean wall-to-wall carpet. It's designed to do the occasional area rug and hard floor. There's no spinning brush like you'd find in a traditional wall-to-wall carpet cleaner. So let's see how it does. Well, it certainly did something. You can see where it moved on the carpet. I have a little bit of breakfast cereal and animal hair plowed on this. Again, there's no rotating brush, so the fact it removed any animal hair is kind of a miracle on its own. Yeah, there's still a little bit there. Ooh, I feel cat litter where there should not be any cat litter. So it did move some stuff around. Yeah, there's cat litter left behind. It did pick up the flour very well. So again, this is surface pickup of these items, and that's kind of what we expect. But if you just want to pick up a quick piece of animal hair that's on an area rug, this should do that for you. If you're looking to get your wall-to-wall carpets clean and deep clean, this is not going to do that for you. And again, there's no spinning brush. This was never intended to do that. Now, this tool here replaced this big bulky thing which you had to switch back and forth. I do have a video that's a mass comparison between floor tools where I show this one off, but really you can see how this solved a lot of the problems for Dyson of this other tool. It's really a shame that I don't have any native Dysons to test this with. This is from an era when Dyson was really kind of top of their game, making things like the DC-17, the DC-18, the DC-25, and unfortunately all those machines are pretty much gone. I do have a 17, but it's not in working condition currently. I think this really shines when you add it to the end of a different vacuum. If you had something like a Bissell Zing or a Henry and you wanted one of these tools, and for some reason the Bissell work was out of stock, or the Dyson name means something to you, I think this is kind of a cool alternative. And again, as of right now, you can find these things on eBay anywhere from $12 to about $30, brand new in the package with all the adapters. So it's inexpensive as of 2022 at the time of filming this. Again, I'm really pleasantly surprised. It's a shame that Dyson doesn't include this tool on some of their more modern vacuums these days. If you are using this on a Dyson stick vacuum or attempting to use this on a Dyson stick vacuum, it might not work that well for you. This really needs the airflow of a normal plug-in vacuum, which as of right now, the V11, the V10, and the V15 don't have that, nor do they have a number that's even half of that currently at the time of filming. So I wouldn't recommend this for your cordless vacuum, but I would still recommend this for, again, somebody with a plug-in canister. Thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. I'd love to hear from you if you have one of these. I'd love to hear it in the comments below about that. If you wanted to talk about something not related to Dyson floor tools, check out the link below to our Discord server where we talk about vacuum cleaners all day long. I'm also going to put a link to all of our tools and our recommended products below. That benefits the channel, along with our Patreon, which is how we got money to buy this. So big thank you to our Patreon supporters who helped make this review possible. Their donation really helps out with little miscellaneous things like this. And if you want to become a member of Patreon, again, I'll have a link below to that. They get early access and some exclusive videos as well. Have yourself a wonderful day.